Well, good morning, guys. It is a beautiful fall morning here in Estacada, Oregon. I don't know if you can see the maple leaves back there turning red, but tomorrow is rain, so I have got a cedar log on the mill that I'm going to mill. Well, I'm going to try to get four 14-inch wide by 1.25 thick by 12-foot long boards for a friend of mine who's going to pick those up tomorrow. And then if I got time, I want to try and get one of these monster Douglas firs up on the mill to make some framing lumber for an office in my shop this winter. Got some really nice logs that my friend Dustin dropped off for me. Little bit of rot in the end of this one, but it's 34 inches across at the large end, and I think there's some really nice clear 2x4s and 2x6s and possibly some 4x12s that I need in there. So let's get to sawing up on this cedar. I'm gonna probably square it up, make sure that I'm going to be able to get my yield out of it, and then put a fresh blade on and go from there. Well, despite the age of this blade and the knots in this log, this thing is still cutting really nice and straight, so I'm going to keep running with it. I took some 5/8 flitches off to make fence boards out of later. I need 4 1¼ boards, so I think I'm ready. Well, unfortunately, I had my log clamp up too high to be able to make my next cut, which is a real bummer because I'm not going to be able to set this back up exactly the way it was because I wasn't sitting on a square surface on the bottom. So I'm going to pull these 3 boards off, flip it over 180, and take flitches down until I can get another board of the right thickness. It's not the end of the world. I just would have been done if I didn't have to do all this. But these are some mighty fine looking boards. You might have heard my mill struggling to start there. It's been happening lately. I think that the original battery has kind of outlived its lifespan. I'll probably be replacing that this winter. Still a little bit fat on this one. I think I'm going to take one more skim pass. Well, I've got my 4 cedar boards I need for that order for tomorrow, and I've got about 2.5 hours till I need to pick my kids up from school. So I am going to walk down and get my excavator and get one of those big Douglas fir logs on the mill, because my tractor will not move them. They are pretty heavy. I think the excavator is going to struggle too, but it'll do a little better. So let me go get that. We'll get the log up on the mill. All right, well, I put up the smaller of those 2 logs, but not smaller by much. If you measure to the outside of the bark, it's over 34 inches. The bark alone is almost 4 inches thick. I was trying to peel a little off with the excavator, but it wasn't having it. I've got this well-used blade. I'm going to use it to kind of peel through some of this bark. There's no way my debarker is going to be effective on this. We're maxing out the mill, and it's just the variations in the surface of this bark is just, that's not what that's designed for. So I'm going to try and break this down a little bit with this this old blade, and then I'll switch out a new blade once it's time to make lumber. Oh boy. Come on. Well, I think the battery has had it. I do not have time to get a battery today, unfortunately, so I could probably give it a jump. All right. Well, guys, in an effort to bring you better quality video and audio, I've done a little investing. Got myself a wireless microphone, and I am filming on a new GoPro Hero 13. My camera that I like to use now, I broke the screen on it a while back. It's hard to tell if the thing stops recording, which it frequently does. So I end up losing a bunch of footage that, well, I guess I never captured in the first place. But heading up to the sawmill, I've had a battery charger on it for about a week. I don't know that it's gonna help. If the battery's toast, the battery's toast. The charger's not gonna do anything. So let's take a look, and if it's still dead, then we will buy a new battery. And if you can see it, that light's flashing. So it looks like we are going to be replacing the battery. I can probably do that this week. It's supposed to rain pretty much all week. It's supposed to rain, so we'll see how I do. I guess we're gonna call it a day on this video. Hopefully this new camera and this microphone are working well. We'll find out here in a second. I purchased one of these plastic fuel tanks at a Bar None auction here recently, and I've got 100 gallons of off-road diesel in it. It's got the pump built in. You just hook up a battery to it. I finally tried it out for the first time to basically make sure it works. You can barely tell it's running! I may end up replacing that pump. That is absolutely obnoxious. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching this one. I'm working on a project for my mom's house, a live edge shelf, so hopefully I'll be wrapping that up this week and I can bring that to you next weekend. But until then, if you don't mind, stick around. We'll see you soon.